The world adores rebels. Van Gogh for his madness. Picasso for cutting reality into pieces. We remember those who broke the rules. But what if I told you that the greatest tragedy in art is to be too perfect? Today we will pull from oblivion a name that was erased not because of a lack of talent. It was erased because of a fatal bet. Hitler bought his paintings. His teacher expelled the Führer from the academy. And he himself just wanted to paint the most beautiful women in the world. His name was Leopold Schmutzler. And if this name means nothing to you, you are not alone. That's the paradox. During his lifetime, he was successful, very successful. But after his death, he seemed to disappear into history. He was born in 1864 in the Bohemian wilderness, the son of a saddler and a tavern owner, a boy who was supposed to become a sailor but never saw the horizon because of his poor eyesight. Instead of the ocean, he began to study another element, the human body. Schmutzler went to Vienna to see Christian Griesenkeller. Remember that name? He is the same teacher who, a few years later, would fail Adolf Hitler miserably. He would say to the Führer, "You have no talent." But in Schmutzler, he saw genius, the genius of precision. Leopold did not want to destroy traditions. He wanted to bring them to ecstasy. Perfect skin, fabrics you want to touch through the screen. He became the idol of kings and cabaret stars. He whispered about beauty when the world was already screaming about blood. But here's my question for you. Should beauty be apolitical? Schmutzler decided it should, and that became his death sentence in the memory of posterity. He painted good old Europe without noticing how it was burning in the fire of Nazism. I will show you how a master of eroticism became an idol of the Third Reich, and why today his paintings are both a delight and a shame. It's going to be hot. The world is used to artists becoming stars through scandal, through rebellion, through manifestos, through war. But Schmutzler, he became popular because he painted too beautifully. It wasn't just beauty, it was a scarce commodity. His paintings did not provoke controversy. They provoked greed. Newspapers, magazines, salons, everyone wanted a piece of this golden age. The kings of Bavaria? In line. Cabaret stars? In line. Rich people afraid of the future? Even more so, he created the illusion that the world was still in order. He didn't work quickly. He worked like a surgeon. Not a single random line. Not a single dirty smudge. Schmutzler's painting is total control. The skin on the canvas glows. The fabric of the dress has weight. The flowers breathe. While other artists were breaking down walls, he was building a refuge. He didn't need to be understood. He needed to be consumed. The light is soft. The composition is eternal. No drama, no story, just a moment frozen in time. And that was his superpower. But wait, the world was entering the age of machines and speed. Artists began to throw beauty into the trash. But Schmutzler did not. He continued to whisper about the ideal. And it was precisely because of this whisper that those who were preparing the greatest cry in human history would soon want to buy him. Very soon, we will see how the master of female bodies begins to paint the perfect race. You will see a painting for which Hitler will pay an unprecedented amount of money. But before that, Schmutzler will make a choice that will destroy his name forever. He decided that beauty could serve anyone, even if that anyone is. No one tells the artist directly, "Your time is up." It happens imperceptibly. It's like a light going out in the next room. First, the headlines change. Then, the faces at exhibitions. Then, the very essence of art. The world stopped seeking solace in harmony. It began to seek truth in chaos. The old order was crumbling before our eyes. A new generation of artists ridiculed the classics. They said, "Your ideal beauty is an illusion. The world is broken, and we must paint its fragments." Art became disturbing. broken, uncomfortable. And Schmutzler? He remained faithful to his silence. He refused to see the darkness approaching. He continued to paint as if the golden age were still going on outside his window. And at that very moment, he became invisible. His skill was called an outdated tradition. His name began to disappear from catalogs. Just imagine, decades of triumph ending in complete indifference. Isn't that the greatest fear for any creator? But history had an unexpected twist in store. While liberal Europe turned away from Schmutzler, those who hated modern art as much as he did came to power in Germany. The Nazis did not need experiments. They needed an ideal. Pure, clear, monumental. And the 70-year-old master gave them what they craved. His painting Maidens After Work became a sensation. It won the grand prize at the Great German Art Exhibition in Munich. Look at this scene. Peasant women are returning from the fields. They are not tired, they are glowing. One of them is playing the accordion. Another joyfully raises her hand to the sun. This gesture, it is subtle, but for the people of that time, it was unambiguous. It was not just a scene from life. It was a utopia, a dream of an ideal world that would come after the regime's victory. It was an illusion of happiness that millions believed in. And Schmutzler became the one who gave this illusion its perfect form. 1940. Adolf Hitler personally buys this painting for 7,000 Reichsmarks. The son of a craftsman, whose teacher once called Hitler talentless, now receives recognition from the Führer himself. I want to ask you, where is the line between loyalty to tradition and serving tyranny? Is Schmutzler to blame for the fact that his vision of beauty was so perfectly suited to the propaganda of horror? He received money. He received fame he had never dreamed of. He thought he'd save his legacy. But in reality, he became a hostage to a regime doomed to collapse. In the final part, we will see the price Schmutzler's art paid for those 7,000 marks. What happens to an artist when his ideal world turns to ashes? This will be a story about silence that has lasted for 80 years. Have you ever wondered how great eras end? It's not always with a bang. Sometimes it's just silence that gets louder and louder. Leopold Schmutzler passed away in 1940. At the height of his fame, he had it all: money, state awards, and the personal favor of the dictator. It seemed like the perfect ending to a successful career. But in reality, it was a trap, a triumph with an expiration date. When the flags of the Third Reich fell, the names of those who painted its perfect facades disappeared overnight. The world had changed forever. Art began to scream about pain, about ruins, about human tragedy. And Schmutzler, his technique, his sterile beauty, it suddenly became inappropriate, almost toxic. Just look at this craftsmanship. His gaze remained sharp, his hand confident. He lost nothing as an artist. But the main thing changed: how the world began to view his work. Today, these canvases are more than just paintings. They are historical documents. We see an incredible level of skill that has been almost lost today. But alongside our admiration, we feel a chill. Because that perfect skin in the portraits, it will forever remain an echo of Europe's darkest years. Tell me, should talent be an excuse for an artist's choices? Can we separate the perfect line from the idea it served? Schmutzler did not try to change the world. He tried to preserve an ideal of beauty that had long since died. He thought he'd save his art by finding a powerful patron. But in reality, he simply traded eternity for instant success. His paintings do not scream. They are silent, but it is a silence that forces us to ask ourselves uncomfortable questions. History remembers those who broke the rules, but it also remembers people like him, masters who perfected form, and gave it into the hands of those who destroyed lives. Today, Schmutzler is not mentioned in most textbooks, but his paintings are here, and they await your decision. Who is he to you? The last master of the classics, or a man who betrayed art for recognition? It is very important for us to hear your opinion in the comments. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Subscribe to our channel so you don't miss the next stories about complicated fates and forgotten masters. See you in the next video.